This is Tina Stitches. Welcome to my channel. This is a Flosstube channel, a channel on YouTube that is dedicated to cross stitch. Those of us who are content creators who do cross stitch videos call them Flosstubes. Welcome. Today is Sunday, September 11th. It is Patriot Day, and yeah, that was a terrible thing to happen. And yeah, so anyways, also mourning the passing of Queen Elizabeth a few days ago. So generally not a very good week. These things don't affect me personally, but you know, it's out there. It's, yeah, tragic. But anyways, we're here to talk about cross stitch, not world events. So it's been about 10 days since my last video because I recorded on a Wednesday just over a week ago. That means that I have a lot to show you because ABCingo, run by Carolyn and Robin Hall, has taken off and ruled my life so far. I've been able to keep up. We're on day 11. I do have to do today's challenge, but that's okay. It's also part of my WhipGo plans, so it's been getting a lot of love. You'll see that project in a minute. I've also picked projects for my ABCingo that are kind of sampler-esque in my pile of whips. I don't have a new start. I know I promised a new start, and I did go digging through my stash, and I got overwhelmed. I have too many things ready to go. I couldn't decide on which one, and so I actually started kitting up a different one. Yeah, because that's how it goes. I also discovered, well, not discovered, I knew it was there. I have a box of floss that is thrift store floss. So people donated these bags of various brands, and I picked them up for whatever it was, $5 a bag, whatever it was. It wasn't even that much, I'm sure, but you know, bits and pieces of it. Some of them are unsalvageable, but others were almost full skeins. So I sorted those out today, and in doing so I have found about 6 or 7 colors that I can use in the 2 Heaven and Earth designs that I'm working on currently, which is good because I really don't want to have to place an order. I'm trying not to spend any money. For the next little while you will be very haul deprived, as will I. So I've worked on, I don't know how many different projects. I mean, 10 different prompts were called, and I've worked on all of those prompts, but some projects were worked on multiple times. So the first one I'm going to show you, I'm going to get it out of the way. This is Inner Depths by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's artwork by Chris Ortega. I'm going to pull it up here quickly, you know, as quickly as somebody can. So this is what it will look like when it's finished. Here's where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. So I am working my way across, filling in the top 10 row, and alternating between filling in some of this black over here, because this is a big strip of just black. So if I want to get numbers, I work on the black. If I want to get across, I work across. There are gaps because I'm missing colors, which is bothering me, which is why I went through the thrift store floss. And I believe I got one color for this project out of there. So, yeah. Hopefully that will see better progress now that I have that one color. I have projects all over the floor. This is a very untidy room right now. So my other projects that I worked on, I will go through these in the order that I did them, but some of them were not done. They were done again after the first call. For instance, the first one that I'm going to show you is Permin of Copenhagen. Sampler something. It actually doesn't say it on the pattern. This is what it will look like. This is a kit that was bought for me for my birthday. $18.19. There's a year. Sampler $18.19. It's way up in the corner after the alphabet. Well, it says 1819 there, and I wrote 1823. Well, search Permin Copenhagen patterns on 123. This is a kit. And here's where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. So this is after 2 sessions. And the first session I stitched this bird here. Second session I started on this bird and had to frog it because these little owl men are not as charted, so I have to fudge around that area, and didn't realize that when I started that bird. So this is 2 sessions of stitching because of the challenge, ABCingo. So the next one, where did I put it? That was called, so that was P on day 1, and then it was also C much later. This is Rose Quaker by Stickadine von Wittenberg something. Yeah, Stickadine von der Wittenberg. Rose Quaker. I don't have a color picture. Mine is printout, so I will insert a picture here of what it's supposed to look like. I thought I had a info card, but I guess not. So this is a project that I have decided to buy Victoria Sampler Shop threads and do a conversion. So I got 2 packs of they were like garden packs and Mother's Garden and something like that. And I also have some Roxy floss that I am using. This is on 32 count Nessie by Picture This Plus. Here's where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. This has only had 1 night of stitching. So I finished this corner and I started this piece. And this has to be frogged because there's something wrong with it. And right now I can't tell you what it is. I just know it's wrong. So, you know, 2 days into ABCingo, and both times discovered frogging would be happening. So I cannot recall if I'm sure everything is on the board multiple times. That one's only been called once. I don't know how many more times it's on there. Day 3 was X, and for me X was freebie. So I decided that it would be a good time to start working on my Whip Go piece, which is Welcome by Teresa Windsor. Here's what it looks like. And here's where it was when you last saw it. And there are a lot of parked threads, so it looks pretty messy, but I got lots of progress. Lots of progress. So all of this is new, and I've been filling in across here as well. So this one has already gotten 3 ABCingo calls, and today is another day to work on this because today's letter is T for Teresa Windsor. So with all of this, I'm sure that I am going to make my 22-hour goal for Whip Go no problem. The next project for the 5th was one I was really looking forward to, and I wanted to work on it so much more than I did, but I honestly, I'm glad that it got pulled and got worked on. And yeah, it was a good time to stop it because I'm looking forward to picking it up again. This is Girl in a Poppy Field by Vervico. It's a kit that was purchased for me off of 123. Here's what it will look like when it's finished. I have swapped out the fabric from the 14 count Ada in the kit to 32 count Platinum Lugana that I had in my stash. Here's where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. So what I did was I filled in this area here and started working on the white dress down here. This is there's a page break. There's not a page break on the pattern, but there is on my working copy. So I just worked with the one page, which was basically her arm and dress. But it's looking really good. And that was on a Saturday? No, sorry, it was Labor Day. So I had extra time to work on it. And it was a beautiful day outside. I took it outside and sat out there and stitched. Only the one day. That's all that one got so far. So the next letter called was A. For me, A, I had put down Amy Stewart because I also want to find time to work on my Heaven and Earth patterns because I like them and I don't want them to languish because of other things. And what I've been doing actually is coming in here, picking up my Heaven and Earth and stitching on it. And I think I'm going to do a rotation where I switch between Inner Depths and Amy Stewart, and I might see how that works and throw Hatter into the mix. What I'm going to try doing is once I've reached 1,000 stitch mark, I'll switch to the next project. I'm hoping to get 3,000 stitches a month on each. So we'll see. Like I said, on Inner Depths, if I want to get a lot of stitch count, I work on that black. And on Amy Stewart Stitching Shelf, which is a sal that I am doing with Carolyn from Seazook Stitch and Kim from Stitch and Stuff, we have a Facebook group, and I haven't been posting there very often, and that's okay. That happens. So I will insert a picture of what it's supposed to look like and where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. I did not look up my stats, but I did reach my 1,000 stitch goal. So I am, my morning stitching is going to be Inner Depths now. But I mostly worked on that purple book, and when I had to do the 100 stitches for the magazine challenge, because this is half stitch, I did 200 stitches, and I picked the dark color beside the book, and it works into the top edge there. So that's where that's at. As you can see, I don't really have a method. I started in the top center because I know what the top right corner looks like, top left corner looks like. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's done it. I didn't want to get bored of it, so I started in the center. It's actually off center because I was following the page break on Pattern Keeper instead of the center line. It's only off by about 15 stitches. Yeah, it's semi typewriter method in that from my center point I come across and try to fill in any blanks and then work out from that, and then come and work this way from that, and then kind of work this way. I work that when I don't have a lot of time. Get some stitches in, pick up that purple, go with it. So that's where it's at. This is the regular size max color version of a stitching shelf. And the Facebook group will be linked below. So, R. The project for R is another one that I really wanted to... I'm really happy that I picked it up again. There's so many things that I love to work on. This is Les Belles Lettres de Gigi R. I also refer to it as my sexy sampler. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't that gorgeous? Just imagine what that looks like, because you can't really see a picture. I'm sure in real life it's not as washed out as that, but it's tone on tone in the picture. I'm not doing tone on tone. I am doing black on pink. This is Anchor Black, and this is a fabric I dyed myself. It is 36 count Edinburgh linen that I dyed with pink red. I don't know the exact name of the pink, but here it is. Here it is when you last saw it. And here it is now. So, when you last saw it, I had been working on this girl and she wasn't finished. She's finished now, and I started working a little bit on this corner. This is going to be another letter T here. And there's a little lamb, it looks like. That's new. And I did remember that I don't count off of this chicken head thing, because that one is wrong. So there's no black modeling, that's just the stitching on the other side here. Let's pull it up like this. So this is yeah, another one of those that didn't want to put down, but it is on the bingo board a couple more times. And I just want to make sure I put it behind the papers. If I didn't mention it, the English Garden Welcome is from the Just Cross Stitch June 1999 issue. And that really is all of the stitching for the whip go, because the next the projects after that are repeats. So we had C, that was Permin of Copenhagen. E was English Garden Welcome. Y was Youngest Whip, so the stitching shelf. And today it will be T, that will be English Garden Welcome again. Plans. Well, ABCingo is ruling my life, so that's what my plan is going to be. The only thing that I didn't put on there, and it is actually a Whipco number, is my Queen Mariposa by Mirabilia. So I will try to fit that in as well. Now that Welcome is nearly, probably has its 22 hours, or very close to it, I will try to fit Queen Mariposa in where I can. In inner depths, I want to get to the next, 1,000 stitch mark. And then we will see about which one I will switch to. Will I switch to Hatter or will I switch to stitching shelf? That decision hasn't been made yet. I do need to pick up a reindeer. I didn't put it on my my ABCingo board. I didn't put a reindeer on there because that's, I think if I had gotten one of those, I would have been, forget it, done, out of here. Now, I don't think I said anything about this at the beginning, but I have a finish. I do. I really, really do. It's been a while. This one has been a long time waiting. And you know what's funny? I had been putting off where I was working on it because I thought I was going to run out of thread. So I ordered more thread, finished the stitching, went to the other areas that needed, a little piece here and a little piece there, modifications to some of them, back stitching on some of them, and finished it. It is missing my initials and the date, but other than that, Alice in Wonderland freebie Sal by Owl Forest Embroidery is finished. This was stitched with overdyed threads from my own stash until I ran out, and then I bought more. A couple of things that are different are the door here is supposed to be the darker purple color. I stitched it in the wrong color and I decided not to frog it. So I added the Drink Me and the Eat Me. Now, on the cookie biscuit that says Eat Me, the colors on that are inverted as well, and I did that on purpose. And I also did not stitch the words in black because you don't have black icing on a cookie, so I used white, or the equivalent of the white in this project. I also changed the COVID symbol that was in the center, the motif, to a hedgehog, which was a freebie pattern. Back stitching is done on the cat's whiskers, and I did change the footman to be a fish and a frog. They don't really look very frog-like, but there they are. I think that is all of the modifications. Oh, and I messed up a little bit on the Queen's dress, and I had to fudge it, but if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. Also, at the very beginning, this was step 1, part 1 of the freebie, and after I stitched it, I realized that green kind of blends into the fabric, so it is a different green than the rest of the greens here, for instance, and that are different, but I'm not gonna frog it. No point. It's very similar and not right next to each other, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem. So that is everything that I've been working on in the last 10 days. So yeah, I got no haul. Don't plan on having any haul for a while. And I already told you my plans all revolve around ABCingo. So you'll be seeing most of these projects again. I hope to be back in a week, and maybe I'll have a new start, but you know, that can be overwhelming sometimes. I do need to finish a couple of things that I have that are really small. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go now and probably have some food. It's a very nice day outside, so I might go, you know, do some outside stuff instead of laundry and floors, you know, housework. So anyways, until next time, which should be in about a week, I hope. If not next week, then the week after. Again, plans are subject to change, but we'll see. Stay safe, take care of each other. Happy stitching.